Hey YouTube, Awesome Rider here, coming at you with a little bit of minor Toku news, primarily focusing on Figuarts. I primarily wanted to talk about the new Sentai Figuart that's being added to the lineup, but I am going to just mention and go over a couple of the other things that were shown, as we had a recent Tamshii event, and there also is a new form quickly to talk about for Gotchard for the upcoming movie. So, again, main reason I'm making this video is to talk about the latest installment for Sentai Figuarts, which is going to be Kyoryuger, which actually makes a lot of sense, and I'm really surprised I didn't think about that earlier when thinking about the next ones they would do, or just overall. I think when they first came back, I thought there was a chance they might do something like Dekaranger just because of, they could bring it over here for MMPR, but given that we've been doing Kyoryuger stuff for the anniversary and having it in Kyoryuger, it makes a lot of sense. It looks really quite good. As I've said for a while, I think that the older Sentai Figuarts, most of them don't really hold up as well as people think, especially some of them looking too skinny. So I think this will be a nice reversioning. As far as I know, the only one that was shown. I'm really curious to see how they continue this line. It really seems like they're just trying to dip their toes into the water with this, just doing reds and special rangers. As someone pointed out in the comments of one of my reviews, it seems like they're doing ones that they can easily repaint, like Okuagata Oger and Zenkaiser Black, and even Two Kaiser and Gokai Red probably use some of the same assets. So, with the reds and six thing, I honestly, maybe we'll get gold. Maybe we'll get gold. But I would say I'm going to predict the next one we'll see will be the Brave Kyoryuger, because that one's pretty easy to do because you can use assets from this and from Kuwagata Oger. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that. But I'm just curious to see how it's going, because it felt like they probably stopped doing Sentai Figuarts because it didn't sell as well, and they're really just dipping their toe in with this. So I'm curious how well they're doing, and if they are doing decently well or continue to do well. Are they just going to continue only doing, Reds and Six and Special Rangers, or would we ever get teams? To be quite honest, I'm not interested in getting teams for the sense of, I want to have that be my main collection of, all my teams as Figuarts. But I do kind of want certain individual team members that aren't Reds and Six. I would love Kiji Brother Figuarts, or I would love Figuarts, honestly, of the Zenkaiger Mecha Rangers, whose name I'm forgetting at the moment. The Kikinoids. Kikinoids, right? Yeah. I would love for a couple of those, So it would be cool to complete the teams, but there's just kind of individual characters I would like. I would love a Rita figure. So I'm really curious to see how well these are doing and how well they continue to do, and, how much success would warrant them doing more.
As I was putting this video together for today, I saw another bit of news happen to come out just as I was finishing it, so I wanted to insert this because I felt it was worth talking about, but again, something else not worthy of putting in its own video. There was another announcement of a Mermorial Edition release, which is going to be the D-Sword Vega from Tokusou Sentai Dekaranger, which is Magi Shine's weapon. Wait, that's Deca Master's weapon? That was a terrible joke. Why was it even in here? But I'm going to keep it in. But yeah, Deca Master's weapon, of course, Doggy Kruger's weapon from SPD as well, Doogie. And this is one I'm actually really excited about. I've always really liked this weapon. I think it's just cool in general. It's kind of generically cool, but still cool. And, I love both characters from Dekaranger and SPD. I kind of skipped over the Gokaiger and the Kyoryuger releases just because they were cool, but just not worth the price. But this one just feels unique in the sense that, Dekaranger does get a lot of attention, but we've never gotten, a Memorial Edition to scale release like this. Plus, I don't think I ever even got any of the old toy line releases for SPD or Dekaranger. So I'm actually pretty stoked for this. It's probably going to be a pretty penny, but I'm excited for it. And it gets me excited for possibly more Memorial Edition things in the future of things we haven't seen before. I mean, at the top of my list is still the Quasar Sabers, to be honest. But yeah, back to Future Past Awesome.
At the show, there was a couple other Figuarts. I'm very, very casual about Rider Figuarts nowadays. I used to collect all of them, but now I just do kind of my favorites. They had some Fies stuff, some renewal, Sochoku, Seiho, or whatever the hell they're called. I just call them the renewal ones. Fies stuff, because we're doing the Fies movie, and they look good. I'm not really interested in picking those up because I don't really care that much about Fies. They do have a couple ones for the upgraded forms from the new movie, which look cool. Probably one that I will track down eventually is they do have the Geats 9 form, which is exciting. There's a bunch of Geats figures I do want to get, but they're definitely ones that I'm gonna wait for the aftermarket for. There's still a bunch of figures. I don't know. There's some figures I know okay, that's why they did that because it's popular, but I still don't know their strategy when it comes to, because there's still some missing. There's a bunch of Revice characters missing. When I was watching and catching up on Revice, I'm oh, I really want a Veil figure, or his upgraded form, Descend, or whatever. Yeah, still don't have those. We still don't have Shin Spectre, as far as I know. So anyway, I am looking forward to that. They have renewal Kuga Rising Titan, which looks fine. Here's one that's kind of exciting, which is Kamen Rider Saga. Now, I've been out of the loop, like I said. I used to collect all Sentai Figuarts, but I just kind of more casually follow it now. So my finger's not on the pulse of every release. But if I remember right, this was one of the ones that was shown at one of those infamous shows that, like, they showed a bunch of Figuarts that never happened, which is funny because, like, reading the article for, like, Toku Nation, it says, keep in mind some of these might not ever release. Like, I think Kyoryuger is definitely coming out. But there has been Tamshii shows where we've seen stuff that maybe they're just testing the waters on the reaction, and I don't recall the Saga ever coming out. I feel like I would have known about that because Kiva's one of my favorites, but I remember Saga being shown at that, and we never got it as far as I know, so I do find it funny that it's here. That's definitely one I'm interested in, but also for the aftermarket, because even though the renewal ones are good, they very rarely feel worth the hefty price tag they have. There also is some Gotchard stuff, like Gotchard and Valivard and his bike Gold Dash, which all look very good. I'm really not sure what I'm doing about Gotchard because I love the suit. It's one of my favorite base form suits, but I don't like the show so much right now, and I cannot stand Hotaro. So, like, when the first announcement came through, I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting the figure art. Like, I thought about getting the Sochaku Henshin, but I'm like, I'll just wait for the figure art. But now I'm, like, mixed feelings. I think I'll probably get it, but also maybe wait if there's, like, a second-hand one on Mandarake or something. I don't know. I think it's going to be retail, so it'll be cheaper. I guess I'll get it. It just, like, Hotaro being in there ruins it. I mean, I guess he's not really in the toy. You know what I mean. The last little bit of news I wanted to cover in this video was just because it was already out, and it didn't warrant two separate videos, there is a look at the upcoming Gotchard form from the winter movie, from the upcoming movie, which, I'll be honest, it's not my thing. I don't think it looks awful. Well, I don't know. I don't care for it so much. It's one of those amalgam forms where, I guess it makes sense because amalgams and, you know, the whole theme of the series, but it's one of those ones that kind of blends together a bunch of different pieces of the different suits, and this one I think is better than some because the concept works a little more, but there's very few of those that I'm a fan of. They're just really fugly looking to me, so it's probably the only Gotchard suit I don't like so much. I mean, outside of my feelings on the show, I've liked almost all the suits we've gotten. But anyways, that's about it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the new Gotchard movie form in the comments. What Figuarts from this show are you getting? What do you hope for the future of Sentai Figuarts? Are you okay with them just doing major rangers, or would you like to try to complete teams with them? Because that would also get pricey. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell. See you notifications for my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.